Hello.
Good morning.
Morning. MC1980 thumbs up. Hello. Thanks for your thumbs up. Thanks for coming along, joining me on my walk. MC1980 says, hello, what's the channel and are you English? My channel is my name, Renata Rennie Jones. It's got a nickname in there for some reason. And I am English indeed. We are in the UK right now. We are in Leicestershire, to be specific, in the middle of the UK, in the Midlands. And it is cold. It's quite literally freezing. The ground is frozen. Look at the frost. E1980 says, you're in East Yorkshire. Hello East Yorkshire. From the East Midlands. What's Yorkshire like? Is it more chilly than here right now? It's frozen, so it's hard to think it could be, but it could be. Comment, a cold, freezing lol, same really, yeah. Yeah, I was like, I didn't have to go out today. So I was like, I'll give it a little bit of time before I go on my walk. Because I nipped out to the bins and the whole road was just proper frosty. So I thought, oh, if I give it a little bit of time, mid-morning instead, it might have thawed a bit. But it kind of has and it kind of hasn't. It's still very frosty, so it must still be below 4 degrees. I walked past a river. This lake's not frozen, but the river that I walked past on the way into the park looked frozen. So it's pretty chilly. Bit of frost and the grass on the ground. MC1980, you have poor sight, so staying in. Guide dog walks fast and not skating today. Yeah. So I nearly streamed my walk yesterday, and something in my intuition was like, nah, no, don't do it. Every time I went to do it, it was like, nah, don't do it. And then I got to the I got to the third lake on my little walk, and I was crossing over the bridge by the locks, and my foot just went, and I went slap on the deck. And I thought if I'd have been streaming that, I would have smashed my phone. So that was probably why. But then as it kind of thawed out and warmed up a bit later, I was like, I could now. But then I didn't want to. So I thought today, let's try and stream it. But definitely when I walk over that bit, if I get as far as that bit, I don't know, I'm walking a bit slower today. If I get that far again, I'll just be very slow and careful and holding the handrail. So yesterday, by the time I got there, I was like, it's not that frosty, it's not that slippy, I'm fine. And boom, hit the deck. I put my hand out, so I broke my fall that way. But yeah, it's definitely slippy ground. Some of the tarmac's not as good as the other paths. What's this question? MC1980, do I know DJ Audits? Now, is that another streamer? Is that a username? Or is that a thing? I'm imagining something between an auditing process in an office, going out to DJs, like in nightclubs. I'm like, that. There's two things. Look, sound hard to gel in my head. MC 1980. He's massive, from Leicester, does all companies. Oh, okay. No, I don't know him. Yeah, I suppose Leicestershire is a bigger place than it seems. It's kind of a little city, but and I'm in a little town in the county, which is a little bit more of the vibe of everyone knows everyone around here. But I don't know them, so maybe it's not that small around here after all. At the channel. MC 1980. Did you mean to like tag them into the comment? Was that the comment at the channel all about? Oh, the ground here has definitely not caught the sun and is very frosty, so I'm gonna have to slow down a bit. MC 1980, it's interesting. Oh, okay, so I should check out the channel because it's interesting. Fair play. Thanks for letting me know about it. There is another Leicestershire, so I don't know if it's a streamer. They make little like montage videos. It's something Gent, but GH, and they're kind of an estate agent that goes into historical bits of architecture. But I see them more on Facebook popping up than YouTube. They're probably on YouTube somewhere, I suppose. But they do some interesting little videos around the city. But they'll pick up random houses and talk about the history of them. MC 1980, here's an industrial estate YouTube. Okay. MC 1980 has about 250k. Oh, what followers? That's a lot. That's a lot. I'm nowhere near that. But I didn't really start sharing my walks thinking about growing a following. It has picked up a few subscribers, which is nice. But it was kind of, keep hearing that mindfulness and grounding is good, especially when people are stuck in their whole doom scrolling thing, all this anxiety triggering in the world. But for people who can't get out, which you said is you today, it might be nice for you to see what the park and nature's like. There we go, that's frozen. So it's kind of like if it helps at least one person, then it's worth doing. So these more stagnant bits of water are frozen. That looks pretty frozen solid today. MC 1980, well, I have a nice relaxing voice. Thank you. That's nice of you to say. I don't get my voice. Oh, that looks frosty there. So, if I hear myself back, sometimes it sounds really low and dull, and other times it sounds really high, squeaky and girly. And either way, it's nothing like the way I hear it in my own ear when I speak, which weirds me out a smidge. MC 1980 says, a little pigget spoken though. What? Pigget? I don't understand that. You're going to have to explain that word to me. I don't know what that means. Hi. I've heard the term Chiswick for Leicestershire. That we sound like we're saying Chiswick when we ask how much things are, how much things cost. Sounds like I'm saying I'm a Chiswick. And see 1980 posh. Oh, thanks. Good.
Thank you.
Hi. Cheers. That means I'm enunciating well enough that people can understand me. That's the aim. It's not really to sound posh, is it? It's just so I sound less Chiswick, because Chiswick might be a bit confusing. That's more the aim. I said something, what was it on the last stream? I was talking about nettles, and it came out nettle, which is very Leicester. Ooh, this bridge is frosty. So yeah, trying to say the T's in the middle of words. Nettle. Nettle has a T in it. 2 of them, in fact. So yeah, if that's moderately posh, then at least I'm enunciating well enough. I know forever ago I was on a training course down in London on business, and this person strikes up a conversation at the tea bar thing on the break, and she asked me where I was from, and I said Leicester, and she asked me again and again and again, and I was like, it's in the Midlands, it's kind of up north from here, it's next to Nottinghamshire, and she's like, oh, Leicester. And it was the most drawn out way I've ever heard the town said ever. And I felt proper shamed back then that I wasn't enunciating it, because I'd said Leicester with a Leicester accent. Because Leicester is probably the most Leicester thing you can say, right? So now I hear myself trying to say it properly, or so that people who aren't from around here can understand what I'm saying. But that does mean people from Leicester might think I sound posh, or like I'm from somewhere else. But anyone from outside of Leicester can usually still hear the Leicester in my voice. I've said the city name too many times now. What's the comment? 1980, MC 1918. Oh, we all speak slang. So I sound like I speak proper. What slang do you have? I say we've got Chiswick, which isn't really, it's not something we really, I don't know. You don't hear people talk about it in Leicester, but one of my friends from outside of Leicester used to say it, that we sound like we say Chiswick when we ask, how much is it? How much is it? I'm a Chiswick. I'm a Chiswick. So, but other than that, it's kind of missing the middle bit out of words. Like nettle, nettle, Leicester, Leicester, Leicester. Just missing a chunk out the middle of the word. It's kind of speed speak. Missing a bit out the middle, I guess. What slang do you have, MC 1980? I've got to say, I keep reading your username out, and it just makes me think of the, is it Weird Al Yankovic song? Where it's the parody of Riding Dirty. And he was white and nerdy. And there's a lyric in it, and it's something like, that's my favourite corporate MC. I just keep looking at your username and thinking of that, to be honest. And that song's now just playing in my head. That's going to be my earworm for the day. I did hear a few other tunes earlier, but I just keep hearing the bong. Here you roll. Each time I look at your username. Keep you fully, I'll just have an Earl Grey tea. Morning. My rims don't spin to the contrary. You'll find they're quite stationary. All of my action figures are cherry. Stephen Hawking's in my library. I've got to stop doing that. Right. MC 1980. Wouldn't make sense to you, lol. All words shortened, lol. Nothing simple. My initials and 1980 birth year. Oh, fair play. Yeah, there are a few other MCs, so you went, and the year I was born. Here's this. It's a good era, the 80s. What was your favourite thing about the 80s? MC 1980. What was my favourite thing about the 80s? I had a Rubik's Cube at one point. I wasn't very good with it. But I had like a flat Rubik's Cube thing with like twiddly knots on it. It was like 3 flat pieces of plastic and a whole lot of stringy bits that you folded around. Do you have one of them? 1980 acid. Oh, okay. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Not so good. Not healthy. So my weirdest memory with that whole scene of that unhealthiness was early secondary school. And this song was in the charts, and it was Ebenezer Good. And we were all singing it in the playground because it was catchy. And one of my teachers sat us down in little groups because he was terrified, and he looked really terrified, bless him, thinking back. And he was like, "You're not doing drugs, are you people?" We were like, "No, why?" Why? Why'd you ask? We were like, "You do realise that's what that song is about?" And we're like, "No, we just thought it was about a person with that name." like the innocence. We just thought it was about some guy called Ebenezer Good. And I kind of remember that moment every time I hear that song now. I've not heard it for years, and I fired it up not too long ago. The duality and the meaning of the lyrics and that moment standing out in my head. That poor teacher, terrified. The whole playground was doing illegal bad stuff. Ha ha ha. MC 1980, ha ha ha, oh bad lol. Yeah. I'm trying to think of the lyrics now. Refined, maligned, makes you feel fine. Very much something I misunderstood. If you know Easter, he's a real crowd pleaser. He's ever so good, he's Ebenezer Good. That poor teacher was so scared, and we were in such a little group as well. And he must have like gone through the whole year group in all these little groups going, "Now, don't, okay, just say no, kids. Drugs are bad, okay." Bless him. I think he's still connected to me on Facebook somewhere. I should say hi. I should remind him of that story. I wonder if he remembers doing that with us as kids, sitting us down and having that conversation. It's a real kind of eye-opener for me of how innocent kids can see things versus the double meanings of some song lyrics. That whole thing, like people talk about lyrics hitting differently when you get older. It's very much a thing. Oh, if I could walk that path, it might not be muddy because it's frosty. Let's stick to the main roads today. What's the comment? MC 1982, seen so many people ruin their lives or even be dead from drugs. Well, yeah, quite. So, I guess I was blessed and cursed that I watched my granddad die from smoking. I watched my dad die from alcohol. So I could have gone either way. I could have gone all out on all of that self-destructive stuff. Or I could have just said no. So I did just say no, really. Hi, Mr. Swan. You're nearly all white. You're nearly grown. It's a bit cold for the swans. That looks frozen, that river. So yeah, I didn't want to get into that stuff. Oh, that swan's swimming through the ice. Difficultly, but it's managing it. Wow. It was like chopping through the ice with its feet. I keep sniffling. Sorry about the noise of that. It's just cold. Carmen, MC 1980. Well, you made the right move in life. How far do you do walk? Averages I try and do 2 hours a day usually. Yeah, I now try and do at least 8 miles a day, however that pans out. If there's a busy day at work, I can do 6 or 7 miles at work. So then I can get away with just a little half-hour walk of an evening. If I'm not feeling like doing lots, or if I've not got the time to do lots. Yesterday, weirdly, I went to work and then they were like, you're not actually on the road for today. And I was like, what? How did that happen? But at least I was up earlier. I'm fully dressed and ready. And I was like, right, I can do the longest day walking. And I did. But I still only got, by the end of the day, I think it said 15 miles I'd covered. And I was like, that's kind of the most I've done. But regularly, fairly regularly, when I've pushed it as far as I can, that's as far as I get. And I thought having the whole day yesterday and being up early and out, I might end up doing more, but I didn't. So, hello. Ah. But so yeah, I thought I might get more done, but I didn't. What do I do for work? Currently, waitress and bar. The waitressing, I can run around a little bit. Basically carrying plates back and forth. Kitchen to table, table to pot wash. All day long. But it's a hotel, so it's a fair old trot through the place. Especially, I started in the summer, so the garden's quite long as well. Nice, so people were sat out there, so it's a bit of a walk to the end of the garden and back with food or bringing pots and glasses back. How about you? What do you do? MC 1980. wonder where that little path goes. I kind of want to explore a different path today. But I'm also a bit, will it be muddy? But it shouldn't be muddy, because it's probably frozen. Oh, there's a little robin. See more robins. I think it's because it's winter. Partly they're coming out a bit more, which is nice. Super cute to see the robins hopping around. MC 1980, nothing now, almost blind, used to work in kitchens. Furniture making, can't do it now. Oh, that's a shame. But hopefully the government's supporting adequately with the disability. Working in kitchens, yeah. Well, as a waitress, yeah. See the drama in the kitchen. It's an interesting melting pot for humanity. But furniture making sounds very creative. That fires up memories. What is it? I used to watch, was it Sex and the City? Was it Aidan she dated who made furniture? Or am I thinking of something else? Or is it Magic Mike, the film? Does he make furniture? Or do both of them do that? Oh, I can't remember now. MC 1980, you mean the kitchen as in house kitchen, like making the kitchens? Oh, okay, that kind of furniture, like building units and building a kitchen into a home. Oh, I see. Yeah, that's different. That's quite a skill. Those things cost a few quid as well. Like a joiner. That's quite a skill. See, those kind of trades are hard to come by these days. Joiner, carpenter, plumber, all very hard to find. Seen as making the most few quid these days, but mainly because there's hardly anyone with those skills left. There aren't many people who want to learn it new, it seems. Comment, you can't do it now though. Uh-oh. Well, sometimes these things are a blessing in disguise. Maybe you're meant to do something else. Maybe you'd learn all you could learn for your life path doing that whenever you did. Or you got whatever you were meant to get to set you up with the life you have now in some way. To be moved on to some other bit of your soul's journey. Whatever that may be. Yesterday, because it was so early in the morning, I thought I'd see no one, and I saw masses of people out walking their dogs. Today, because I left it a smidge later, I thought I might see more people, but I'm seeing less. But it's quite nice that it's peaceful and quiet. Fancy 1980, thinking about helping other people like me or with mental health maybe. That sounds highly commendable and a very nice thing to do. Like I say, that was partly why I thought about sharing this. I'm doing the walk for my own health anyway. I'm doing it out in nature partly because I hate gyms, partly because they say it's good for your mental health to connect to nature. Grounding, peace, and I thought streaming it would bring more peace potentially to other people. So yeah, if there's something you can do to help people, always nice. As long as you can balance it. So I was hearing you give enough, yeah, don't drain your own cup too much. You have to look after yourself enough to be able to support other people as well. You have to set those boundaries sometimes. MC 1980, had enough life skills and experience, people can definitely benefit from it. Lost so much and still cope. So help other people do the same. This calling. Sounds a noble calling. Loss is difficult. Loss is very difficult. And it can be hard to tell yourself that maybe those things, whatever the loss was, happened for a reason or had to fall away for a certain reason, whatever that reason was. It's not always clear in the heat of the moment or even immediately after. Sometimes it can be a long time later that it all makes sense. A long, long time later. Life is the strangest journey. But yeah, using experiences to help people. It's a very good thing. Sometimes how to express it or frame it or present it to help rather than just overwhelm or hinder or bamboozle or scare, I suppose, is the challenge. Morning. Cheers. MC 1980 lost a daughter last year. Made me see there isn't the help people need. Lost 2 brothers. A lot of family. So it can help for sure. Low and all for free. Don't want. Grief is the hardest thing. I'd say of all the challenges in life I've experienced, grief is the hardest. Oh, look at that swan. It's a very pretty swan. So yeah, grief, death, loss, it's the hardest thing. Letting go of my dad was the hardest thing. Even my cat, the bargaining stage of losing my cat, I would have, I would have given up my life to save hers if I'd have been able to make that deal. So the bargaining phase is real. But I couldn't make that deal. It's not how it works. But I would have made that trade. Grief, I always forget all the stages. Okay? Bargaining is definitely one of them. Anger, denial, that's 3. Depression might be one of them. Acceptance might be the last one. I'd say grief is the hardest thing in life. Comment, MC 1980. Oh, this is the bridge where I've got to be careful not to slip up again. Or the stream will end suddenly as I smash my phone on the ground. Because this is not very grippy tarmac, I found out to my peril yesterday. Or maybe it was that bridge. That's not very grippy either. Maybe I don't go that way. Maybe I go this way today. Let's try this way. Sorry, I'm getting to your comment. Just being careful not to slide over myself first. This is static water that's not frozen, which surprises me. I would have thought it might have been. But no, that's thawed out, so the sun must be strong here. Right, okay, sorry, comment. MC 1980, see what I hate is this. Some people who work in places don't have experience like being a teacher with no kids yourself yet. Yeah, I get it in that comparatively they seem lighter or less burdened than what you've had to deal with. But also, don't wish them ill for that. That's nice for them. You kind of, if you think about it logically, you wish no one else had to go through it, right? Just because you've had to go through it, as tough as it is to get through yourself. Be glad for them that they've not had to go through that burden. Don't be jealous of it. As easy as that comparison is to make, be glad for them. And be glad for yourself that you're stronger for what you've been through. You've learnt whatever you've learnt from that experience. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? So yeah, they might come out with things where you're like, you don't know. I've been through this, I know. You don't know. But be glad for them that they just naturally have a less problematic life at least that far. Maybe it's just that they're younger, or maybe it's just that they're luckier. But I'd be glad for them. People used to say it with money quite a lot in circles where I'd move, where people would be funny about money. I'd be like, well, you know, I don't feel bad that they've got a few more quid than we have. Glad for them. Wish everyone could feel the wealth. It's not how life works sometimes. Oh, we've got more comments, right? You can see 1980. To cheaters, it must feel really tough, or at least in some way, otherwise you can only assume you wouldn't wish bad on. I don't quite understand that comment. Cheaters. Won't wish bad on anyone ever. Well, there's no point wishing bad on anyone. Here's the thing. It's not just people talk about karma. If you wish bad on people, then it will bounce back at you. But it's also for you. If you get stuck in that retaliation, retribution mindset of like, they've done me wrong, I wish them wrong in return, it's for you. Mentally, you're in a dark place. You're keeping yourself in a dark place. You can't control what people do to you. You can only control how you react to it, is the idiom people say. So if you don't wish ill on other people, you're freeing yourself of prolonging the agony of whatever they've put on you. Because whatever they've put on you, whatever they do to you, they're going to do anyway. But if you turn that around of, I'm not going to let it get to me, you're freeing yourself of that being drawn out as an agonizing process. Plus, if people are acting that way, I don't like to think that people just act that way because dick. I don't like to think anyone's just a dick. Which maybe some people are. But but you kind of think if they're coming at you from a dark place, it's because they've got something dark going on themselves. And you kind of want to unpick it and heal it. But you can't heal everyone, so. But yeah, nothing's that black and white that people are just good or bad. If someone's not being nice, maybe it's coming from a place of a problem within them that they're taking out on you, or a misunderstanding between you. Something you're doing that you think is right, but it's rubbing them up the wrong way. What's this comment? I think if you really give it to a counsellor, for example, they would need counselling themselves. Sometimes you can talk these things through. Sometimes it's a miscommunication. I suppose counselling gives people a different space to talk about it, away from the space that might be triggering or too difficult to talk about it in. Maybe that's why it's a thing. Comment. Too many errors in that one, typos. Okay. Is that the one with the cheaters? Because like, I was like, do you mean like people cheating, like cheating on a test, or like the animal, the cheater? Because it was spelt like the animal, the cheater. It's like lions and tigers and bears. So what's that phrase from? Lions and tigers and bears, oh my. Is that Wizard of Oz? Lions and tigers and bears, oh my. I've warmed up. I might be able to take my glove now. The sun's getting warmer. MC 1980 still positive after everything. The pain and hurt is real, but it can't destroy me. There you go. Stronger for it. Now there's the idiom everything happens for a reason, which I've seen disputed in memes you shouldn't have to accept bad stuff, because there shouldn't be a reason for bad stuff and bad stuff to be good. But sometimes there are blessings in disguise where stuff that happens makes sense later on, even if it's bad or it seems bad at the time. This has become a very philosophical conversation. I do like it. It's just deeper than I expected for today, I guess. I literally just thought I'd come out for a walk and try not to slide over on the ice. And it is frosty around here. See 1980, yes, that one. The Lions and Tigers and Bears, the Wizard of Oz. That keeps popping up at the minute, and I don't know why. There's some other meaning there the universe is trying to point out to me. Probably. That I'm not getting, because it keeps popping up. Lions and Tigers and Bears. Why? Lesser path. Hopefully it's not too muddy today because it's frosty. Lesser trodden path. There we go. Whoa. Very connected to nature though, walking on the grass I suppose. So I can see through the trees. Right, remind me, collective. This Wizard of Oz thing that's popped up again. Remind me of the story of the Wizard of Oz. See if we can unpick whatever it is the universe is trying to say. Lions and tigers and bears, oh my. So there was a tin man who wanted a heart, right? There was a cowardly lion. What was the other one? MC 1980. Here just had to let the dog out. What dog have you got? MC 1980. What dog have you got? What's the pooch? What breed, what colour, what name? And what was the other thing in the Wizard of Oz? Was it a straw man, a scarecrow or something? Comment. Glad you enjoy the conversation. Sorry, yeah, it's deep. No, deep is good. Deep is good. Let's be thought-provoking. It's kind of what mindfulness walks are partly about, right? 1980. It's a guide dog. Aww. Well, you still get different breeds of them, don't you? So they're generally Labradors. Ah, it's a yellow Labrador. Labradors are pretty. I quite like the chocolate-coloured ones as well. Proper sized dogs. I wasn't so sure about the little ones previously. They would seem more aggressive and yappy, but they've grown on me. These little handbag things people have. Cat-sized dogs. Used to freak me out, but they've grown on me. And if I was forced to choose, I'm more a cat person. But I do like dogs as well. But I don't know why most people seem one or the other, not both. But I do. MC 1980, she's amazing, truly. Aww. Pets are the best. I was saying to someone the other day on this, they were saying about the cat, and I was like, cats generally see us as pets. They don't. They don't see themselves as our pets, they see us as their pets. But I've not really thought of dogs that way, but I suppose as a guide dog, she kind of does. Because she looks after you. Right, I'm going to explore this path today. Let's be a bit different. I wonder if your guide dog sees you as her human pet. Protector. She's going to be your protector. Oh, I think I have come this way once before. I think there's a statue of a polar bear or something. I suppose cats spiritually are protection as well. Oh, we're proper in the forest now. Okay, I don't get the Elephant Airlines bit of the plane thing. I don't get what that's all about. But the polar bear makes sense because we're in Leicestershire. So there's the whole Fox's Glacier Mints thing. So the polar bear makes sense. The Elephant Airlines, not so much. Not sure what the city council was thinking when they put whatever that is in. Looks like a climbing wall. And they've tried to make it arty by going, it's a bit of a plane. Oh, it would be the mammoth. It's because of the Mammoth Lake. That's why it's got... Oh yeah, it's Mammoth Airlines. It's got it in the writing. I didn't see that. I still don't get why it's a plane. Oh well. MC 1980, my dog would love it where you are. Looks a great place for them to run free. Yeah, you get a lot of people walking their dogs around here. Oh, I thought we'd be okay for signal, but we've had our reconnecting. So the signal is dipping. That's the drawback of nature, or trying to live stream nature at least. Signal isn't always great. But these lakes are usually better for it because they're surrounded by houses. So yeah, most people seem to walk their dogs around here without leads. So it'd be fairly safe for that. Oh, this looks like a very frosty bridge. Let these guys pass. Hello. So I can hold the railing as well. Oh, that is frosty. I don't want to skid over. Oh. Hold the railing and my phone. There we go. Okie dokie. Sunny again. See, 1980 she would be in the lakes. Lol. Yeah, my friend's dog, was that a Labrador or a Golden Retriever? I can't remember. My friend's dog when we were kids was a bit of a bugger for that. When we'd walk down by the canal, it would just want to jump in. And it was kind of white. It was somewhere between a blonde colour and white. Great big thing that was like half a cow in size. It would just jump in the canal and get covered in mud. Come up and be like, hello, shaking itself dry. We'd be like, oh my god. Towel dry the thing and still look filthy. MC 1980, it's nice that everyone says hello. Yeah, they do. So I used to listen to my music and I went down to like one earphone so I could hear what people are saying. And sometimes people just stop you for a full-blown conversation, complete strangers. Which is kind of nice. I think a couple of my previous streams have got people. One lady talked a lot about the birds on one of my previous streams, randomly stopped me and talked a lot about the birds. She was trying to warn me about the flooding, but the path was kind of a write-off. Ooh, there's a bunny. Hello, bunny. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if I can zoom on it. There's a little bunny rabbit sitting out in the sun, chewing on some grass. Aww. Hello, bunny. Cute. Gotta love a bunny. Fab. Comment. MC 1980. It's a bit like that where you am from really sometimes but not often. What? A bit like that where you are, people saying hello. Is that what you're saying? People randomly saying hello. Where you? Oh, the swans keep wandering about. Maybe it's because it's so frosty. That swan just wandering about. Whereas they used to be just in the water most of the time. I didn't see them wandering the path so much. Or maybe it's because there's more people about. Less people about now, rather. There used to be more people about that they stayed in the lake. MC 1980, no they don't, lol. Oh, they don't say hello. You don't get strangers say hello so much that way. I thought from what you say, let's see, where are you in the country? I think you said Yorkshire, didn't you? I know in London a lot of the things the little pleasantries we say up around these parts. I just say them without thinking. If I used to pop down to London for work, and people would look at you very strangely. It's almost like an intrusion. But I kind of get it because there's more people about. It's harder for them to do all that. And I think you go somewhere more remote like Wales and you just see people less often and they have even more of a conversation with you. Therefore, when they bump into you. So I think it just depends on the population density as to how much people chat. MC 1980, sorry for all the typing errors. No, it's alright, it's just when I read some of them I'm like just trying to work out what you're trying to say. So if I read it like literally and then I can play it out in my head and go, what's that actually? Where are we going with this one? So I kind of have to just say it out loud even if I like read it with my eyes and go, I'm not sure that that's fully what you intend. I kind of have to read it out loud anyway to make sense of it sometimes. Hi, swans and ducks. Howdy hi. Hello all the birds. There's a poorly goose over there. The lady the other day told me it's angel wing is what's making that bird poorly. It's like wing looks stuck out. Which is a shame. But they thought a charity had intervened and took it in, but apparently not because it's still there, being poorly, with poorly wings. I wonder if they heal on their own eventually or whether maybe I should share this video with the RSPB or something afterwards. See if they can help that goose. MC 1980, where is my name from? Is it Portuguese? No, it's not. Oh, well, I don't know if it's popular there, actually. Maybe it is. But yeah, my mother went to school with a Dutch girl who had that name, so she liked it. And then when she gave me the name, she went with the Italian spelling of it. So that's where my name's from. When I was at school, I learnt German. I understand it's popular in Germany as well. I was practically told in some other countries it's common. It's just here. It's just in the UK. It's unusual. Europe, it's quite common. MC 1980, and I will probably never find the channel again. So I say thanks for the chat. You seem a really nice person and thankful for your time. Oh, well that's nice. Well, yeah, I'll publish it as, you can subscribe. I seem to pick up like a subscriber a day. So that's totally fine. That's possible. And so Renata, Rennie Jones, if you want to search for me. I do come up in a search apparently. And I shall try, whenever this is finished processing, I shall try and set it to share. It defaults from live stream to private, so I'll set it to share if you want to watch again. I'll make it public later. But yeah, if you have to go, no worries. This is generally, there's some public bathrooms over there, so I'll hang around with the birds for a bit, then I'll go and powder my nose. So I'll set the stream to private for a minute, pause it, and then be back on later when I've powdered my nose. After I've watched the birds for a bit. Oh, this one's pretty. Do you think they know they're that pretty? I think they comprehend such attitudes. swans just swimming around just thinking they're another duck? Or do you think they're swimming around like, look at me, I'm a big graceful swan? Look at the little ducks. You alright, duck? Alright, now, bud. Pretty. All the little seagulls give it a real seaside feel, even though we're in the Midlands. I do think these big brown geese are kind of cool. I keep trying to avoid this lady with a kid in case she doesn't want the kid filmed, but she keeps walking into the shop. Right, I'm gonna go and powder my nose while I'm here. So I will have to mute and pause the vid for a minute. I do. Seagulls. Ooh, geese in the car park. What's going on here? What's that all about? Car's like, I can't drive because of all the geese. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna go around this way. Oh dear. I don't know why all the geese are in the car park. Little bridge. Andy. Okay, I'm gonna go on mute. I'm gonna go on pause. Back in 5 to 10. And we're back. There we go. Okay. Okay. Howdy. Lovely day. MC 1980. Back again, had a call. Aha! Fair play. There's some more of these brown geese. Now, are these Canada geese? Goosey goosey. Hello, goosey. Hey, pretty. Cool. Oh, no black swan again today. I wonder how they're doing. I hope they're okay. There's a robin. Don't know if you can see that. They're probably too small on the camera, sadly. Bit of a lake. Some very strange noise in the bushes there. Oh, there's a lady with a baby. Someone filming off the path. Oh, she's walking that way. Oh, no, there we go. Okay. There we go. Oh, okay, I've got a different song in my head. I think that's because we were talking about healing the pain earlier. I've got a George Michael song in my head. MC 1980, missed about 10 minutes. That's alright, about 5 minutes of that was me nipping to the loo, so had to put the screen on pause then anyway. And the sound on mute, you don't want to hear that, right? Some ducks. Look at the ducks. A big frozen puddle. It's still freezing. It's still below 4 degrees. because that is frozen. That is a frozen puzzle. Even though it is whatever time it is. It's got to be like midday now. It's got to be gone midday now, right? 12:46. This is the sunniest part of the day, and it's still not thawed it out. So winter is here. Properly here. MC 1980, it's 10 to 1. Yeah, oh! 10 to 1 is a numerology. It's a good numerology way of putting it. There's something, I keep getting tarot readings in my newsfeed, and they're drawing attention to certain number synchronicities. And 10 has some significance and 1 has some significance, so 10 to 1 is interesting. They pick up on the 1, 2, 3 on the timestamp this currently is, while we're talking about that as well on the live stream, as being of some significance too. And I hear it and I'm intrigued and I go away and Google it and then I instantly forget and I'm like, oh, I've got to look that up again. Can't Google while I'm streaming though. So I go and Google after this the numerology behind 10 and 1. See what it all means. Oh yeah, we were talking Wizard of Oz as well. What was the other key character in the Wizard of Oz? That scarecrow or whatever. What was it they were lacking, or they felt that they lacked? Was that the moral of the Wizard of Oz? They didn't really lack anything in the end. Lack mentality. It's a trap. MC 1980. One question you like to ask people is these two. I don't quite follow. What, like my favourite question? What, like a favourite icebreaker type question? Is that where we're heading with that? Favourite icebreaker is an old joke about a fat polar bear. I don't know where I heard that first, to give it due credit. But think about it. The punchline is inherent in the setup. Sadly, a sizist attitude to the polar bear though, right? No point body shaming the polar bear. Hi! That guy heard a strange bit of this conversation, didn't he? MC 1980, what's my biggest regret? Oh, there's a whole song about no regrets. Bit like we were saying earlier, is there any point in regrets? Because does everything happen for a reason? Even the bad stuff. Everything's a lesson or a blessing. And a lesson can be a blessing in disguise. What am I most proud of? NC 1980, what am I most proud of? I was most proud of getting my degree, I suppose, when I got it, because it seemed a bit against the odds due to some factors. And it was a lot of effort to get it. But Partly it was something that felt at the time like a gateway to a career path, but the career path didn't pan out for me anyway, so makes me wonder whether it was worth feeling pride of that. It was more a sense of achievement, I suppose, accomplishment. I still achieved it. I got there. It was a struggle, but I did it. Got it anyway. Isn't it cute how the water reflects the light? Hi. What's the comment? MC 1982. Yes, well done. You are. What? Yes, well done. You. So don't waste it. You will regret it. Well, I had a career. I followed the whole career path. I leveled up to middle and senior management, and it kept not working out. And I guess I found more balance in my life. I thought I had to achieve that level to have a certain income, to have a certain life, to feel like that was a happy life. But you work a lot of hours and you make a lot of other sacrifices, and you don't necessarily have the balanced and happy life for doing those things anyway. So the job I do now isn't really a career necessarily, but the income, as long as the income pays the bills, keeps the roof over the head and the lights on, you don't need more than that, right? There's food in the house, and the security of the home. Anything else is nice to have or a bonus, but if working that hard stresses you out and compromises your quality of life, then maybe it's not worth it. MC 1980, money means nothing, truth. Yeah. I mean, it means a little something. You've got to cover the bills to have enough security, right? But going all out, compromising every other area of your life, especially maybe as a lady. There's a whole lot of assumption out there that career means giving up other aspects of family, time, or goals. So I kind of went into all that just thinking I'd work hard enough to have it all. But society didn't necessarily let you. MC 1980 agree, as long as you can get by, then that's all. Family can be more important. Yeah, it can be. Life can make those difficult choices sometimes. MC 1982, I have children. I have 2 cats. They're kind of my kids. And I used to class my mother as another sort of child. And there's doctors helping with my mum now, so Not sure I can make that sort of joke anymore. She reached the point where she needed a little bit extra help. Specialist help. So that's where we're at. MC 1980, do you have children? Asking me if I've got children. Do you have children? MC 1980, are you quite young still? I can't tell from your voice. Too posh. I'm not posh really. I'm just trying to enunciate accurately. I am middle-aged. Hi.
How you are?
Yeah, you. MC 1980, yeah, you have 2 sons. Left. Oh, of course, yeah, you said. 2 sons. And there we are. Be careful on this bridge. Slippy, slippy bridge. MC 1980, you know how old I am, lol. Well, yeah, I could do the maths from the 1980 to today. Although it does make me laugh, there's like memes I've seen of millennials who think everything starts at the year 2000. So they kind of can't do the maths on 1980 to 2025. They they calc it wrong, because like anything before the year 2000 doesn't exist. But it does. MC 1980, my girl was 22. Oh, blimey. I'm so sorry for your loss. They say only the good go young. My mum grieved heavily, I think, for Princess Diana. I still listen to a lot of Amy Winehouse. For all her flaws, Amy Winehouse's love of her fellow is quite pure. They say only the good go young. God calls them home early. Time off for good behaviour. 22 is quite young. Too young. Right, on that bombshell, I think I've earned myself a cup of tea and a rest, so I'm going to go and do that. Thank you very much for joining me on my walk. I might end the stream here and maybe stream later or stream another day, but thank you for the chat. It's been emotional, and that's hopefully been helpful and cathartic. Have a lovely day, as lovely as you can. I hope the nature helps bring you some peace. Enjoy. TTFN.